How hot is your Marvel Rivals character? I didn't want to make it weird. We got a good one today, boys. We're going to be ranking every Marvel Rivals character in a tier list based off their character design. Now, I would like to preface a few things before we really get into this. We're only going to be using default character skins. We're not going to be using, you know, different skins from you know, bundles or whatever the case may be. We are also, we kind of have a loose criteria, you know what I mean? We're not going to be going off of how cool they look in the comics or in the movies or how big of an ass they have. Pervert. Simply gonna be looking at the character's basic design and just kind of judging, just my own opinion, what I think, what I feel, and if you disagree, you're wrong. No, but in all seriousness, let me know in the comments what you guys think, but let's get into it. I believe this is in alphabetical order, so we're not gonna be going duelists, the healers, to whatever. It's just alphabetical order of all the characters, including the new ones, the Fantastic Four. Maybe those aren't in alphabetical because I think it was updated. Nonetheless, starting with Adam Warlock. This is a pretty cool design. It's fairly true to the character, I guess you would say, but I feel like there's going to be a lot in B, because a lot of, I should also say, okay, I don't think a single character in this game has a bad, I don't think anybody looks bad. You know what? All right, there we go. That's a little bit better. I don't know why Almost Perfect is a little confused, but we're gonna work with it. This is pretty much how I feel, right? There's perfect, there's almost perfect, there's great, there's good, and there's not bad. Specifically not bad because it's not bad. It's not even meh. It's just not bad, because I don't think anybody in this game is not bad. So with that, let's get into the rankings. So starting off with Adam Warlock, I think this is good. I don't really have any beefs with it. I don't think it looks bad, but I think they did the best with what they had. You know what I mean? No, I'm gonna leave it at good. He's all right. I think Adam Warlock is kind of tough to do. He's kind of tough to change. He's kind of tough to create new things with. But with what they were given, with what they had, I think Adam Warlock looks pretty good. Moving on to Black Panther. I think Black Panther's almost perfect. I don't think he's almost in that same boat of creativeness and what you can do. Except they didn't have to, because Black Panther's design is already one of the coolest ever. I mean, he is a Black Panther. He's got the claws, the dark colors, the ears. The mask itself is so iconic and so cool looking, so super sexy, that I think it's almost perfect. It's not, but it almost is. You see how that works? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Next up is going to be Black Widow. It's not bad. I think my only beef with her is the hair. It's kind of goofy. Why... The swoop is fine. Why does it continue off? Like, if she was me, it would just go off screen. So I don't know. It's just, there's nothing about it that I'm like, oh yeah, that's nice. So it's fine. It is what it is. But moving on to Hulk. Hulk is almost perfect. Okay, again, I don't have any specific criteria, but he's almost perfect because he's just the Hulk. I mean, this is as Hulk as you can get. You've got the purple in there. It's not on the pants, right? That's why he's almost perfect. But you've got the purple shirt for Bruce Banner, and then Hulk himself is just Hulk. I mean, he's great. He's okay. I can't actually say great but you know, he looks good. Like okay, I can't say good either. Fuck! He is almost perfect. Okay, it just looks amazing. It's Hulk. I don't know what I'm trying to say. He's big and he's green and he's muscly, so he's almost perfect. Moving on to Captain America, I'm gonna put him in great. I think you can't really mess up Cap's design, but I did talk about this when the game first came out. I don't really fuck with this whole let's put armor on everybody for everything. And you know, I know that's not necessarily true. A lot of these people don't have armor, but a lot of the very human people do, and I just don't like that. I don't like the whole tactical, militarized, beefy, armored look. Like, I understand that Captain America has armor, right? And I'm not asking for chainmail armor. I'm not. But, you know, I'm still kind of... I don't like that. I don't know how to put it. Same with his shield. His shield is militarized. And I understand certain things have to change for the game. I understand that. However, from his actual costume perspective, I don't like the militarized padding of it. But that's my only complaint. Other than that, it is a great costume. The red, white, and blue, the star, the wings, the shield, the colors, it all is great. I love the gloves and the boots on him, especially the pants. He looks really, really good, so we're putting him in great. Next up is going to be Cloak and Dagger. Again, we're not going off ass, okay? But no, they are great. They have a really good design. There's nothing that I really could complain about it. I could put them in almost perfect, and I might just do that because they are almost perfect. You've got Cloak and you've got Dagger, and they have really cool, unique designs. I like that Cloak, you know, is Cloak. I like that he has little floaty bits. The color scheme is nice. I like that you can still see his hair even with the hood on. Overall, just a really, really cool design for those two, and yeah, I like it a lot. Next up is going to be Doctor Strange, and I was about to put him in perfect, okay, but I think I'm not going to put anyone in perfect. I think we'll wait till the end to fill the perfect, okay, because this is hard, right? And I can already see the comments in my head about this fat, stupid loser! So I'm just going to wait. We're going to wait to put people in perfect, but for now, Doctor Strange is going in almost perfect because this is Doctor Strange, man. He doesn't need yellow gloves to be, you know, oh, that's not that. No, this is Doctor Strange, man. The big ass cape. I love because he's a tank, they made him beefy. The hair, the facial hair, the cloak, the belt, the everything down to a T. This is Doctor Strange. I love this design. So he might end up in perfect, but we'll see. For now, we're moving on to Groot. I mean, the guy's a fucking tree. Next up is Hawkeye. I'm gonna put that brother in almost perfect. I feel like a lot of people put it best when this game came out. They're like, they made Hawkeye cool. How do you do that, right? How do you make what seemingly... Now, I'm of the viewpoint that Hawkeye is cool. Okay, he's a badass character. But from the outside looking in, I could see, you know, he's just a dude with a bow and arrow. Okay, how do you make that cool? They figured it out, man. I mean, they went full Ronin vibe, but he's still Hawkeye. Even his voice lines and personality are still, you know, hot. It's gas. He looks absolutely sick with his hood and the color scheme. And I know we're not judging this off of other skins, but even his other skin, he does not have a miss in this game. And his default alone is absolutely gas. The long hair with the man bun, are you fucking for real, dude? Questioning things about myself. But overall, he's really cool. Next up is going to be Hela. You know, that was an accident, but I might leave her in good. Hela, I already am not the biggest fan of her, just design and not in this game, just as a character. I think her crown is really cool. But other than that, she's just kind of to me. She, you know, I don't really fuck with the whole dark vibe. It's whatever. I really don't have much to say about it. I don't really like the green. I'm not a fan of her, like, glowy, gassy cape thing going on. The crown is sick, but overall, she's fine. It's nothing special to me. So she's gonna go in good. Next up is Iron Fist. Iron Fist is gonna be almost perfect. This is a gas design. I know a lot of bums were angry, but because it's not Danny Rand, but the design fucking it's gas, especially for a guy who they don't have much to go off of in terms of, and I was gonna say source material, but in terms of any other material, but this hits it. I mean, this is gas, and the design alone is gas. So to implement it into this game with its art style, absolutely gas. I love the Iron Fist bandana, but you still get the hair. The color scheme is gas. The kind of taped gloves are gas. So it's going in almost perfect because it is. This one might be this one. I don't know. I really don't know how people feel about this one, but this one might catch me some flack. I really don't fuck with this game's Iron Man. I really don't. I don't fuck with it. I think Iron Man, I get it. It's a fucking iron suit, right? But I think there's plenty of examples of that iron suit looking really, really badass. And this isn't one of them to me. This is meh. The thing that really gets me is the smoothness of his armor and the face. I don't know what it is about the face, but it just doesn't look cool. I've always liked Iron Man. Even, it's gonna sound dumb, but even the old school Iron Man, the OG Iron Man from the comics, has a kind of badass quality to him. And when he doesn't, it's like 99% goofy, which I like. This is like teetering that line of like trying to be cool and do something different, but ending up looking goofy. So inadvertently looking goofy. If you're going to look goofy, that's fine. I'm okay with that, but you have to embrace the goofiness. This does not do that. I think this is trying to be cool, and personally, I don't think it looks that cool. So, yeah, I'm going to put it not bad, because again, it's not bad, not good either. The long-anticipated Jeff the Land Shark. I'm going to put him great. I don't have much to say. He's a shark with legs, and he's cute. So, he's going in great. Moving on to Loki. Loki, I'm going to put in great for now. He might be bumped up to almost perfect. He just has a really cool design. And this one surprises me because I mean, Loki's whatever, but he looks cool. And I think they were able to kind of mesh many iterations of Loki together to still come up with something that I would argue is fairly unique and cool and new. So I really like it. I don't have much more to say about it than that. Next up is Luna Snow. She's gonna go in great too. I mean, it's just Luna Snow. You know what I mean? She looks great. She's got her cool little pop star outfit. I like the color scheme, the different color eyes, the different color hair. I know it's just character stuff, but they made it look cool is what I'm saying. So she's going in great. Magic. I'm gonna put Magic in great for now as well. She could be bumped up, but she's gonna go in great for now. She's just cool. I mean, she's just a cool goth emo chick. You know what I'm saying? Big ass sword, dark color palette with the blonde hair mix as well, the gold. It just looks really cool. So I'm gonna, I'm gonna. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna. Magneto. I know I said I'd wait to put people in perfect, but I mean it's perfect. Again, we're not necessarily going off of other stuff. But I will say, I do wish that his default skin was Magneto. I wish it was the purple and red. With that, I still think he has a goated ass design. He's got that kind of pompousness, but he's still a tank. He's still beefy. He's still a leader. I also like that they went with an old Magneto. They went with Magneto, you know? I love the beard. I love everything about him. He's just badass. He's an aura farmer. It's absolutely gas. I have nothing but good things to say about Magneto. Again, my only complaint would be the default costume. But even then, this costume's still good. I think there is a lack of color, but they still threw some red in there. I love the rings that he gets. I love the cape. Everything about Magneto is straight aura farm, so he's going in perfect. He's not going to wait. There's a few others that might go in perfect and we may not wait for, but he's going to be the first one. Next up is going to be Mantis. She's good. She's not bad. But there's nothing that excels, I think. I like the kind of earthy vibe they went with. Like, she's Mantis. You know, she's Mantis. I like that. I like the green. I like the kind of sticks around. I like it all. It just doesn't stick out to me. And it doesn't make me go like, oh, that's gas, the way some of these other skins do. So she's going in good. Moon Knight. Okay, Moon Knight's similar to Iron Man because I might catch some flack for this. Listen, I love Moon Knight, like genuinely. He is in my opinion, one of the coolest designed characters like ever. He's just one of those characters that I really don't think you can make look bad no matter what you do to him. There's just something about him and his original character design that's like, I'm also just a sucker for capes and hoods, and when you combine them together, it's gas. Him, Doctor Doom, like these are people that it just works. I love hoods. So, personally, I don't think you can mess him up. With that being said, this is not my favorite design of Moon Knight. It really isn't. It kind of goes in that same vein as Cap. It's that kind of over-militarized armor look. And I don't want to come off as stupid. I'm not naive to the fact that these are military people. I know that might sound dumb coming out of my mouth. Bro said that it looks militarized and these are military, but shut up! I understand that he's a merc. I understand that Captain America is military. I understand these things. It doesn't mean I'm gonna like it, okay? I don't like the kind of padding. Honestly, I don't like the lack of white, which might sound stupid, but I am a fan of that kind of mixing the black with the white for Moon Knight, but I think this first default base skin and design should have just been, you know, and I'm okay with the padding and the armor and stuff, but I think they went a little too much. And the fact that you really only get the white of his Moon Knight costume with, you know, a shoulder pad, a chest piece, a thigh piece, and everything in between is kind of black, you know, spandex. I just don't like that. I also think, you know, little things like his eyes kind of having that bluish glow, it mechanizes him and it gives him this kind of Iron Man vibe rather than a suit vibe. If I don't know if that makes sense, but it's just not my favorite Moon Knight design. It's too, I don't know. I just don't like it. I wish there was I'm excited for more Moon Knight skins to come out, like his MCU one. I think will look really cool in this art style. I'm hoping they give him a more just kind of plain white one in the future. Maybe one where his face is, you know, you don't really see a mask. It's just kind of a shadow. I think that would be really cool. But overall, this one's, it's fine. It's just not my favorite. But moving on to Moon Knight. No, that was Moon Knight. You got me. No, you got me. Moving on to Namor. I'm gonna put him in great. He's fine. Literally. I mean, that's a good looking dude, but I don't know. I don't want to put him in almost perfect because this isn't my favorite Namor design, but I do kind of like what they're doing with the character nowadays. Obviously, this is MCU inspired. I think a lot of these are MCU inspired if they are in the MCU, just because a lot of people playing the game, at least at the start, aren't reading comics. They're coming from the MCU. They know a lot of these characters from the MCU, so they're going to identify and want to play and want to wear skins that most relate to the MCU. And so with that said, I like what the MCU did with Namor. It actually made him a very, very cool character with motivations and all this sort of stuff. And I like this take on Namor more than I like the actual Namor. So I think it's a great design. I actually do really like it, but I think they could have done better. So he's going in great for now. Not almost perfect. Next up is going to be Penny. Listen, I have Penny on Lord, right? I love playing Penny. I love Penny as a character. She does not have the coolest design. I don't know what to tell you, man. It's a fucking chick in a robot suit. And the robot suit, you know what? Actually, the robot suit's actually kind of cool. I'm going to put it in great. But it is kind of goofy. I think it's goofy within the concept of this game. I think if it was a giant robot suit, it would just be cooler. You know? Moving on to Psylocke. This one's interesting because I think Psylocke has a really recognizable like comic look. Her kind of leotard, I guess you call, whatever you want to call that. But I think I'm kind of looking at the list. I think as far as unique designs go, this is by far my favorite. And I think it's the one they did the best with in the entirety of the game. So I'm going to say almost perfect. I think Psylocke already is just a cool character. But I think in terms of coolness and like swag and just looking badass, this is better than her like well-known comic look, I think. It's just cool. Her color palette is so cool. Her sword is sick, but like little stuff, like giving her the kind of arm stuff, the you know, whatever you call it, bandana, I guess. That is such a sick detail. Having the skirt, the everything about it, I think is just sick, which is weird because it's very much a default costume. It is very much like, I don't know, it's very unique to Psylocke within this game. I think it's very much something that they came up with and designed, but it works very, very, very well. Like Doctor Strange, yeah, this is Doctor Strange, but you know, it's extremely comic inspired. It's kind of in the same vein as this Hawkeye here. It's very much their doing, but they made it work, man. It's not something that you're like, oh, they only did this, so I buy the skin. It's like, okay, I'm kind of okay with them doing this. This is a pretty badass skin. So she's gonna go in almost perfect. She might move up, we'll see. But moving on is gonna be Punisher. He's good. I really don't have much to say about Punisher. I mean, Punisher alone has a cool design, but past the skull, it's not much. So he's going to go in good. Rocket, I mean, LeBro's a raccoon. Based off default design, it's fine. He doesn't have a personality like Jeff, so you can't be like, oh, he's cute. No, he's an annoying little raccoon. So he's going to go in not bad. Scarlet Witch, I'm going to put her in good for now. Scarlet Witch to me is one of those things, like even the skins she has coming out for the game aren't crazy. Like they're not anything too fancy, or like they don't change much. So, and I think that kind of stays with her character. And until I kind of see that, we're not doing other skins. in terms of this, I think it's the same thing. It's you see Scarlet Witch and it's Scarlet Witch. She never really looks different or unique, so she's gonna go in good. Spider-Man, this one's gonna hurt me, but his default Spidey suit I think it's great. I'm very much biased towards Spidey. If you've watched my videos, you know that. But I think his default suit in this it's great. It's not anything special. I'm not the biggest fan of the big black logo. I understand that his default logo is black, but it's usually in a tinier format, so I kind of respect what they are going for, but I think there's just a lot going on. I understand that it's a little bit futuristic of a game, that's kind of the art style, but I don't fuck with it that much. I also don't like the eye lenses specifically in like his avatars and stuff, where they're doing kind of the, I don't know why, I just don't like that as much, but overall it's fine. It's like all these, they're fine, but they're not perfect by any means. Moving on to these last few, we're gonna try to kind of speed run these. Squirrel Girl, you know what, we'll go no explanations for these actually. Squirrel Girl, you can let me know in the comments if you want explanations, and I will, but Squirrel Girl is great. Squirrel Girl's great. I mean nothing too, she might be almost perfect. If we're just talking terms of whatever, we'll put her there for now. Star-Lord, he's fine. A lot of the Guardians are down here. Almost all the Guardians, actually. Is there any left? No. Okay. Yeah, all the Guardians are down here because it's fine, man. There's nothing special about them, and Star-Lord is kind of the same way in that case. And the fact that you kind of have to unlock, I don't know, man. It's really just he just looks a little bland almost. So it is what it is. Storm's almost perfect. Thor is great. Venom is perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that one in there. I'll explain in a sec. Winter Soldier is great. Yeah. Moving on, Wolverine, based off default skins, is not bad. Mr. Fantastic, yeah, he's great. Invisible Woman, she's almost perfect. Mr. Fantastic is really only great in my opinion because of the haircut. The haircut and the beard. Oh brother. Okay. Human Torch. Okay, these are tricky because we haven't seen much, but for now I'm gonna put the Thing in almost perfect, and Human Torch I'm gonna put in good. Granted, these are going off of only like this. This is all we really have in cinematics, and you don't see as much of Human Torch as you do of the Thing. But of what I've seen, I just really don't like his costume. I don't like the Fantastic Four costume in general, but I don't like it on Johnny for whatever reason. I could not tell you why. But he's a Human Torch. Like when he's on fire, he looks sick. So he could go up to great, but having not been able to play as him yet, I am going to put him in good. And for this last bit here, we're going to bump some of these brothers up to perfect. I did put Venom in perfect because he's in the same vein as Moon Knight in the sense that he's hard to fuck up. I mean, you can't mess up Venom. He is just Venom. And they knew what they were doing with every single ounce of Venom. They took all 19 inches and made him perfect. He's dripping with aura, so he's got to go in perfect. But of these guys, I'm gonna put the Thing in perfect already. He's kind of he's the same as Venom. He's the Thing. If you fuck up the Thing, you're doing your job wrong. Storm, I'm gonna put in perfect. She's just Storm. I mean, she's giving me that 90s X-Men show Storm kind of vibe, which I really like. So she's going in perfect. I think man, this is tough. That might be it. No, that can't be it. I think Squirrel Girl, in terms of staying true to the character, I think Squirrel Girl has to go in perfect. I mean, that is Squirrel Girl. Winter Soldier could go in perfect, but I just find it kind of boring. I mean, he looks cool. I'm not saying he doesn't look cool. It's just kind of bland, whatever. But he does look very, very cool. Does he? No. Hawkeye might go in perfect. Again, it's loose criteria. Like, in terms of staying true to a character, Squirrel Girl's perfect. But if you're saying that for Hawkeye, you're wrong. But he's got a badass design, man. The mask, the hair, the hood, the color scheme. Absolutely gas. I might throw him in there. I think we'll leave it there. I'm not gonna get too hasty, but you know, they're perfect for their respective reasons. But there's my list. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already. I love you. I will see you in the next one, and goodbye? I mean, good. Good.